So Zhang is going to get us underway.
We play the
They call him
best
the
of 7
Mighty
frames.
Mouse.
First
So he
frame.
gets on here, he's playing
Zhang to break.
the most celebrated player in the game, Ronnie O'Sullivan. I was just chatting to Ronnie before the match. He was showing me his novel, Framed, which is out today. It's been published today. He's very excited about it. And was saying that if it's successful, it could well be a series of them. So that's a whole new career opening up for him. But this is what he's known for, of course, at the snooker table. And that's what he's known for, knocking in a long red first shot.
Yes, beautifully played. Of course, there's always an element of getting the cue ball back up into bulk there. And the little thick on the brown means that the break ends there, but he's tucking in behind the green.
O'Sullivan 1.
Played well last night, I thought. You know, it was always going to be a different match playing Jimmy White. I tell you, the intensity of that match was there. They both tried as hard as they possibly could, which of course you'd expect. There's no sentiment out there. He made a 1-4-1 break in frame 2 to settle his nerves. Sometimes the game just comes ridiculously easy to Ronnie. But Zhang is a decent player. Played at the Crucible on a couple of occasions. Was well known for that match against Stephen Hendry, which he could have won. He's been around longer than people think, I would say.
Yeah, he's a dangerous opponent for sure. Has offered up a chance here, though, for O'Sullivan. Which he knocks in. The novel I mentioned, it's loosely based on his life, which at times has read like a bit of a novel. I think he's at that stage where he still wants to play snooker, still wants to win, but also is looking at other avenues. Of course, he works with us here at Eurosport.
Seven.
Made sure he got on the red that was stopping the black going to both corner pockets and getting on it quickly. There's a secret to his success, apart from his brilliance, it's his shot selection. As I say, always early
14.
in a break, looking at the ball, the problem ball, to get out of the way or maybe get in behind to make things happen, and he does that very swiftly.
15.
So into the bunch. If he does go into it, it'll be the left hand red that he'd like to stun into. Didn't quite catch them as usually he does. If he had played on the left red, they would have split even better than they have
22.
now. He's on one at close range to the middle, looks difficult. There's a thin cutback, which brings the cue ball right through bulk and back out again. Controlling the white is as difficult as the pot here. And here you can see the problem he had going into the green.
23.
Could be another snooker in behind a colour here. Keep the pressure on. Well, looking at the table, realising that there's hardly a red that his opponent can just lay up to
23.
and getting out of this snooker.
Okay.
Yeah, well, the third shot he's played in this match. The first one was the break off. The next two has been snookered.
Like I say, the side of the bunch usually is the way, but look at these reds. How can he possibly get one safe here? Well, that's fairly safe, but I'm afraid he's going to have to do it again, or, depending on whether Ronnie decides to play at long range, I don't think he'll get out of his chair. There's an argument here to hit these as hard as you can and hope to fluke one, because all the plans can just go wrong playing with a strategy.
Foul and a miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
Not entirely sure I know which red he's trying to hit. He might be trying to come 3 cushions into the red at the bottom of the right, the little bunch. But they're all spread so loosely. Didn't really threaten on the first 2 attempts. Make that the first 3 attempts.
Foul and a miss. Ronnie was solving 4.
I think it might be time to just go the sledgehammer route here. Hit them hard as you can. You see, that's the problem. You know, he's hit a red and he's left one, an easy one. So he didn't really take any sort of a risk. He was in a lot of trouble, though, having said that.
Could be in a bit more in the next few minutes.
Fine. 6.
O'Sullivan and Higgins could play in the quarterfinals. They're currently tied on 28 ranking titles each. The last 2 tournaments Higgins won weren't ranking events. They're tied with their great hero Steve Davis in 2nd place on the all-time list behind Stephen Hendry, of course now retired, on 36.
13.
It has been a rivalry, as John Higgins was saying in the studio. It's been a friendly enough one, but they've
14.
kind of pulled each other along over the years, and Mark Williams as well. 25th season for these 3 great champions.
Yes, I spoke with John Higgins recently about this, and I was in an interview, and
21.
he said that they're not friends, and he didn't mean that they're enemies. They're not close friends, you know. They're
22.
work colleagues, if you like, if that's the right way to describe them. But there's an absolutely mutual respect. I don't think they've ever had a cross word. They probably mix in different circles, you know, equally good at what they do.
It's a little bit like Davis and Hendry. They're probably, the 3 of them, become really good friends when they've retired and there's no more competition, because Davis and Hendry didn't used to speak to each other when they were playing at the top level. Now, good pals, no reason not to be.
30.
Now, one thing Ronnie has done here in these better 7s, and it's crucial to do it, is stamp your authority on a match early. Oh, Zhang has been in some pretty evil snookers, and the frame is gone already before he's really got into the match.
38.
You don't start well in the best of 7, you're always chasing the game.
Yes, he broke off, and the next 2 times he was at the table he was snookered. And the last several attempts, last time left that red on. Frame over.
45.
Yes, he's got this novel out, but I suspect there are several more chapters left to be written in his snooker career.
46.
He can make a century if he wants to, and what he needs to do is ensure that high value colours are taken with all the remaining 3 reds.
51.
Can afford to drop 2 points.
52.
That means 2 pinks or a blue, but everything else with the black.
$59. 60.
So like I say, black with this,
65.
and exactly 100 is possible.
66. 73.
Of course, O'Sullivan has won
75.
a ranking event here in Northern Ireland, the Northern Ireland Trophy. Last time it was staged, 2008. That was the
78.
Waterfront Hall. It's not going to be a century. He misses the ground, but a great start. He really dominated that frame
The first frame.
in every department, and that 78 break, more than enough to give the Rocket the opening frame. He leads Zhang here in Belfast by 1 frame to 0.